As for job creation, what we can do is to identify government policies that will create jobs and support them. In our local area, the moment these projects are being done, many jobs are being created. When road rehabilitation is going on, there is need to do coverage. People who are in that field, in that area, you don't expect a contractor that is coming from Lagos to come to Kaba now and bring workers from Lagos to come and do a job in Kaba. It's cost effective if you employ people in Kaba. So those are the way we help too, in a little way, by attracting projects to our constituency. Jobs are being created.
Okay. Let's go back a bit to the issue of your synergy with the executive. Now, in the National Assembly, legislators have been known sometimes in the course of discussing the budget to cut down on certain aspects of recommendations by the executive. Now, if you do that, for instance, in the 2013 budget, one of the reports that are out there is that the cost for paying personnel was reduced and the monies were transferred to, and I stand to be corrected, transferred to constituency projects here. Now, if the National Assembly continues to do that, how would that help the executive in creating jobs?
Thank you. You don't create job just like that. There is a planning. Then you know what you need at the beginning. When you are making budget proposals, you will have submitted number of vacancies available and what you require resources to fill those things. And don't forget, a budget is a proposal. When the executive prepares it, the Constitution gives the National Assembly the power of appropriation. Why? Because it's expected that when you have over 400 people being elected, we have the privilege of having access to our people more. I said at the beginning that you cannot see a governor, a president, the way you see a House of Rep member or a senator. So we have the privilege of being the dustbin. We are the dustbin that people pour things to. We are saying regularly. So we have the privilege of knowing certain things. So for the committee that tamper with such things, they have better information that you expect. They know that this MDA they don't have vacancy for the amount of money they are providing. So because I am aware that the House called such committees, the side that they looked at, and the chairman said they are ready to stand by what they have done. That if the MDAs are very sure that they've tampered with it, they should come for a debate on it.
So are you implying that some of the NDAs do not plan before they make their proposals?
I don't, sincerely. If I don't want to go into that purview, if maybe go into that purview, there are situations that MDAs will tell you they are employing. And budget begins from January. So when budget is being passed, you have made provision for those new personnel that are supposed to be employed. And you'll be surprised that employment will be done in November. What happens to money provided for January, February, March, April, May, June, July, before November? There are a lot of issues about these things. But what else we are taking at a step? We do not want to bite more than we can chew. Let's take each at a step. But I'm very sure that we'll get there. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. We've been operating without a system. Whoever comes, just whatever he feels like doing, he does. But let's even attempt to have certain standards and certain structures on ground. So whoever, if Ade comes or John, Peter, Ado comes, he knows that he has to operate within the confines of the structure that will be set in this area.
Okay, now let's also take you up on the issue of power. You said that, if we do not fix power and security, we cannot move forward in terms of providing employment. How is the National Assembly following up on the executive's plan on power?
The committee on power has been mandated in the House of Rep to follow every step of what is going on in power. The power plans that have been procured. We have thank God of recent hearing the news that some of the turbines are coming in. So the committee of power is expected to brief the House quarterly. We have a system presently in the House of Rep. You are supposed, every committee writes reports to the leadership every quarter, and the leadership digests this report and bring it to the floor for discussion. So it is an open secret to every member now that if you sincerely desire to move this into the next level, that the power situation cannot remain the way it is. So in this light, in fact, if the executive is so sure there is need for more funds to be injected, I'm very, very sure that the House will not hesitate to support in this light.
All right. In your drive to put in place a system, because you say, look, we don't have a system, people just do things the way they want. Do you feel that there's a resistance, or it's just sheer incompetence?
It's both. It's a twin assault. It's a twin assault. There's resistance. It is natural for those who have been used to things being done in that light, who benefit from such flawed structure, not to want it to change. And it is the problem of incompetency, because you cannot give what you don't have. A lot of our people do not know that, even the job seekers do not know that this is wrong. I gave you a scenario that a child whose parents bribe for him to pass JAMB, bribe for him to graduate from the university, he naturally believe in his system that to do anything, you must compromise the system. So if there's incompetency, I agree, and there's resistance. You don't fight this system and the system will want to fight you back. There are people who are entrenched in the system who are I'm sorry to share this on air, but I tell some people that if we turn our attention to the civil servant, if we really put our searchlight on them, that 80% of the situation that is wrong in our system will be corrected. That I stand to be corrected. I live in Abuja, I've been in Abuja for close to 17 years now. I run an estate firm. That 80% of properties in this town are owned by civil servants between the level 10 and 15, 16. But unfortunately, the attention mostly, rightly, because we are the police or the politicians and what have you. But sincerely, no politician, nobody, a politician can compromise a system without the help of the civil servant.
What do you think about the federal character? Because that, a lot of people think, is part of the main reason why incompetence thrives. They think that clause just promotes, because, I mean, you can't have someone who's competent, and then because if you have to play by the federal character, he doesn't get into certain positions. What do you think about that clause?
Chamberlain, the federal character clause to me is not a problem. What is a problem is our attitude, because there is no part of this section of this country will not get competent hands. But the idea of federal character is to give some level of balance. Ideally, I will not support it. But for where we are, where whatever you said or you do is being interpreted from the perspective of where you come from, which allegiance you hold, for some level of security and from level of, achieving some unity is allowed, I agree to. But we abuse it in the name of federal character. You go to where you think they are disadvantaged, so to have a balance, you go and pick the least qualified. Those who are qualified in those areas are not the ones being given the job. So it is not federal character, it is the practitioners, it's our attitude. Just like some people say politics is bad. I say no, politics is not bad. It is the practitioners, the human agents who are involved in politics that make politics look bad.